goes. I think it's probably going to be fairly even. I think Korhal is a little bit weaker, but we'll see how that pans out. It is on West, so Gigi going to be in, trying to score some goals. Matt's passing to him. Gigi had a little bit of a chance, but gets clicked by Mythic. Rush now passes it off to Tanks. Tanks getting it up on the far side ring. Actually, I guess that'd be near side to me since Cassidy's booth is at the top. Mets giving it to Zaxmac. Zaxmac probably a little bit laggy, he lives in Wisconsin, so probably 60 to 80 ping to Western. Mets in somewhere in the east. Probably, same range, maybe a little bit higher. And Gigi living in west, so probably 20-30. So that team's looking like it might suffer a little with Mythic and Art both being west. But we'll see how that turns out. Gigi clicking it away from Tanks, he's probably going to have to be the most aggressive person. Zaxmac taking it up. Had a nice look. A little bit of a defensive error gave Zaxmac a nice chance, but Resh just shielding that away. Met's now taking it up. Getting pressured by his fellow bounce ball Tanks. And Metz almost gets it to Gigi, but does not. Rush with the bad outlet. Pretty terrible. Very slow off the boards and straight to Gigi, but is not burned for that. Thank God for him. Tanks now spinning. Gets a shot off. First shot for TCT, and Dagius is able to just cope with that one. Rush now back in his own net, steps out of the crease and just slide past Mythic. Now Art with the puck. Art. I think that meant to be a pass, but it ended up being a shot. Don't know. Doesn't matter because Metz is now at the other direction. Tries to pass it to Zach, but Zach stops a little bit before. And is unable to catch it off the bat. Mythic intercepting a pass from Metz to Gigi. And passes it up to Art, but that goes a little bit too far, and Zaxmac just plays it to his own corner. Does a little bit of puck work and gets it to Gigi. Gigi now has Metz in the middle, but is zoned out by Mythic. Gets it back to Gigi, and a terrible shot that Rush is somehow able to save. Tanks now gets to Art. Art with a great opportunity, but Zaxmac able to just clutch it out. Zaxmac getting it to Gigi. Gigi waved a little bit, waved to me, and just lost the puck to Art. Zaxmac gets back to Gigi. Gigi almost, but not quite, gets it to Mats. Tanks intercepts. Tanks gets it to Art. Art with some opportunities. Tanks with some more opportunities. Both foiled, one by the defense and one by the goalie. Nice save by Dagius. Zaxmac now going the other way. Straight up the middle. Might have had a little bit of breakaway, but probably would have gotten crushed by the defense. Gigi looking like he wanted pressure. Backed off for fear of, Mets yelling at him. Mythic with a lot of room passes it to Art. And that puck goes into the side of the net. And it looks like, I was thinking this game would be even. 3 shots apiece and 0 goals both apiece at the end of the first period. It's looking like Mythic has the crown with 31 points, getting those passes out. Getting some opportunities. Tanks and Art both had a lot of good opportunities, but foiled by the clicking power of Gigi and Metz. Metz with a lot of pass received, which is weird considering I wouldn't consider him much of an offensive player in this game, more of a support trying to get Gigi to score. But Gigi with some nice shots, Zach with a smart shot. That's what I like to see. All 3 of them have a shot, and all 3 of them have the same amount of goals. That just warms my heart. Almost the same on the other side of the field with Tanks having 2 shots. Art had a nice opportunity. Probably could have had a shot, but it was blocked by the defense. Still, a lot more exciting action to come. And everyone talking about drugs in the chat. Dear God. Don't do drugs, kids. It's bad for you. Tanks now taking it up. Had Art wide open, but instead decides to bounce it off of Dagius' shield. Tanks spinning and is unable to get past Metz. Metz clicked it away. Has Gigi open. Just misses the pass. Gigi had a nice shot. Probably if Rush would have flinched a little bit sooner and didn't have shield, that might have gone in, but just an average shot. Mythic able to recover this errant pass. Passes it straight to Art, didn't even go off the wall. And Gigi tries to self-pass and completely screws it up. Oh, that's funny. Metz now with the puck spinning. Going forward. On the bottom lane. Tanks just tries to YOLO him and it just completely misses. That's the power of West, folks, when you're an East player and you just not even close on those YOLOs. That's so sad. But what's not sad are, I was gonna say that pass from Zaxmac, but I guess that catch was just as sad. Gotta love Westing people. Mythic able to use his West ping to click it out. The Mythic cheer squad in the chat cheering for that high quality defense. And you don't really need that high quality defense with such low quality shots as that. And Arts had another opportunity with the pass from Tanks, and Tanks gets the return favor from Art, but both opportunities end up with no score. Zaxmac now in the center, probably looking at that Tiger, probably thinking, we can do this. It's 0-0. We're sort of the underdogs, but we can do this. Mythic passes it to his good friend and goalie, Rush. Rush passes it to Art. Art able to click it from Zaxmac, but Zaxmac takes it right back. Metz recovers the spam away. Art thinking he has it, trying to go back, but Metz able to just keep going forward. Metz spinning, gets YOLO'd by Mythic. A very, very slow YOLO, but a YOLO nonetheless, and a YOLO that somehow worked. Art trying to click it through Metz is unsuccessful. But dangerous click by Zach leaves the puck in the middle of the rink. Nothing comes of that. As Gigi now taking it on the other side, spins through everyone. Probably could have had Metz if he would have passed it. Metz all alone, but opts not to pass and then gets clicked instead. I don't know what he was thinking. So nice spins, but terrible game style. Zach with the YOLO on Tanks able to slow down that puck for his teammates to get back, and leads to a turnover. Mythic clicks it away from Gigi and passes it to Art. Metz Smack Cheer Squad. Yes, they are the dynamic duo for the past couple of seasons, even though he did get benched for light. Probably unfairly. I think Zach Smack's a way more veteran and talented player. But, they didn't win anyways. Mythic passes it to Zaxmac. Wait, that wasn't last season. Whatever. And almost same result. 0 shots from TCT that period. The Korhal wall definitely holding up. And this is West. Westeros, Game of Thrones tonight, A couple more shots. Nothing, only these 2 shots from Tanks. And, TCT's been getting into the crease, but, they've been outclicked. Goalie's not really having to do much, but they're doing all that they needed to do. And, About same on passes, about same on shots, about same on possession. A little bit more possession from one team, but nothing too out of the ordinary. On this third period, alright, now taking the puck. Are we going to see a 0-0 shootout because no one's going to, do anything risky enough to score? That'd be interesting. Sort of. Not really. Tanks now at the puck. Gets it over to Mythic. Mythic almost had a breakaway, but ZHL able to just save that one. Gigi with a terrible shot had enough room to, go forward, but opted not to. God knows why. Gigi now gonna try and do it again. Gets past Tanks. Does not get past Art. Sorta gets past Art. And clicks it into Rush. Rush passing it to Mythic. Mythic passes it straight to Gigi, but Mythic gets it back. Nothing too hard to worry about. Gigi getting a little bit desperate, tried the yellow, and Dagius almost making a huge mistake. Almost passing it off to Tanks. Happy Tree? What? Is that like a music band? I think Happy Tree is what Tanks and Art are feeling right now. No. I think the problem for both of these teams is they're not really, doing anything. They're down in position, but they've always choked at the last second. They've not made passes or they've missed passes. And could have taken shots when they haven't. And when they have, they've taken weak shots. So, yeah, not super aggressive play. Even though there has been about 4 shots this period from Korhal. Make that 5. But ZHL YOLOing. Yeah, now everyone's just starting to YOLO, and because of the defense and the way that it's structured, it's still not helping. I've never seen so many YOLOs not do anything, like, on either side. They're both giving up something, but everything that they give up, they give back. It's a very cat and mouse game in the way that nobody wants to do anything, and there's no score. This is almost ridiculous. Still 0-0 with a minute remaining. People are now getting desperate and just shooting. I think another thing about what's happening is I don't think anyone actually takes Rush seriously for reasons like things going like that going in. So they've been taking terrible shots that shouldn't go in, and I guess 12 times the charm. Yeah, I'm gonna say 12 times the charm. And TCT is gonna need to do something. Probably a bunch of YOLOs if they want any type of chance. Tanks tried to YOLO, but unable to do it. Mythic now YOLOing. Tried for the short side shot. There was no gap there. I don't know why he did that. Mythic the other way. Tried something, didn't work. Tanks now has the puck with 30 seconds left. Mythic in the crease did not shoot it. Had the opportunity and had a low ping. But sadly, that's just heartbreaking. I mean, Mythic on the crease, and he had like a good 1-2 seconds. All he needed to do was just like slam it in somewhere, or had a one-timer on. And Rush being desperate with 3 seconds left. Some sort of call, they weren't wanting it. I mean, you had so many opportunities this game and you failed. Tanks being a little bit salty, I don't know why. They've had opportunities. Both teams have had many opportunities. Slow-paced game. A little bit boring to watch. But, you know, all's well that's end as well. Get that CSV and the screenshot. So Mythic will take your crown even though he was on the losing team. Did not score any goals, but, you know, tried to get some passes out. Very successful in that aspect, you know. TCT is going to make playoffs. They didn't need this win other than for seeding. I don't see this as a bad loss per se, but I see this as probably a little bit of miscalculating on their part. I'm not sure that they should have trusted Rush on West and Tanks on West. I think they probably could have gone Central and had all of their players be average instead of just 2 of their players be good. And I think that would have probably benefited them more. I don't think ZachSmack was fearful enough that you had to West him. Mets maybe was, but I think anything made up was probably returned in what Giggy was able to do. And, you know, Giggy got a lucky one-timer goal off of Rush's incompetence with a minute left. That's the one thing about goalies that I think is always underreported, is how they do with like a minute left, you know? It's a minute left and you let, frankly, a terrible one in. I think that separates the good goalies from the best goalies. Very, very, very sad. And I think that was the difference in this game. He wasn't called on much.